Welcome back to my little channel. First off, I want to apologize to everyone because of my very erratic upload schedule. I mean, I've been trying to do 2 per week. Now I'm currently still trying to do 1 a week plus my hangout. And even that 1 a week I seem to have trouble reaching. So to the steady viewers of my videos, which aren't a lot of people, I know, but still, the ones that are, I'm sorry. I really know I need to get more control in my upload, discipline. Discipline is a good word. I have a second message. Tomorrow's hangout will not be done on my channel, but it will be done on Alicia's Clegg's channel. Some people that have viewed my hangouts by now might know her. Link will be provided downstairs, and it will be at the normal time, but it will be on a different channel. So Modwain's House of Fun will be Alicia's House of Fun tomorrow. It's to celebrate her return from YouTube jail because she's been a naughty girl and YouTube didn't like her because she said something. And, well, we all know that saying something is the worst crime possible. Okay, those are the messages. On to the show. Some of you people might know The View, some of you don't. The View is a talk show with Whoopi Goldberg and a bunch of other women, whatever. And they kind of got together to talk about the Boy Scouts of America and how the Boy Scouts of America should now allow girls in. Therefore, the Boy Scouts of America changed their... You know what? No. I'll get to that during the video. Let's begin.
The Boy Scouts of America have changed their name to go with their new policy of including girls among their ranks, and their new name is Scouts BSA.
Personally, I'm surprised that they even bother changing their names. After all, it's only a name, so why bother? The thing is, they are not changing their policy. They are forced to change their policy. That in itself is an issue. But look at that face. BSA. And then they're going to try to figure out what BSA means. They are still disgusted with the Boy Scouts.
Now, see, I think if you just said, Scouts of America, that would have been fine.
The main reason why the Boy Scouts was named the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts were named the Girl Scouts was to define them without setting them apart other than by gender. So a Girl Scout would still have been a Scout and a Boy Scout would still have been a Scout. Now, knowing this, the new name had to address that. So they can't call themselves Scouts of America because, again, the Girl Scouts will complain about that. Because what are they? Wrapped fish? So that's why they can't just call themselves American Scouts or Scout of America. So that's why they added in the BSA. And now they're trying to figure out what BSA means. It's pathetic, really. I wanted to say funny, but it's really not that funny. It's really pathetic.
The B makes it sound like
I'm not sure what...
Okay, this is someone talking in the background, more or less, but the B makes it sound like boys. Not the B stands for boys, they haven't gotten there yet. No, it merely makes it sound like boys.
Scouts be America?
Yeah.
I don't know. What
Boy
is
Scouts
what
of America?
Boy Scouts America?
They had to get that boy in there.
Yeah.
But it
Still
should
Boy
just be
Scouts.
Scouts of America. If you're going to be,
And they're
trying to include
gonna let girls in.
They're going to let girls in,
Yeah.
and the program's going to have separate units anyway for
Yeah.
boys and girls, so they'll still stay divided along gender lines, but each troop will have the opportunity to work towards Eagle Scout, which is a huge honor and very difficult to get.
Yeah, you heard it right. Girls are now allowed to join the Boy Scouts. Because of this, the Boy Scouts changed their name to Scouts BSA. And this is an issue. But funny enough, girls may join the Boy Scouts, but they will have their own units. So there will be still segregation on a gender line, so to speak, which is understandable. I'm not saying if it's correct or not, that's up to history to decide. But it's understandable because you don't want to have teenage boys and teenage girls running around in the woods. Just my 2 cents. But it gets funnier.
I know that the Girl Scouts of America, though, are feeling that now they're going to lose some of their membership as well.
Which is true. The Girl Scouts of America will probably lose memberships because certain Girl Scouts want to become Boy Scouts. Well, not Boy Scouts, Scouts BSA.
I would say my opinion of this, and it's not a popular one, I don't think, but I think that girls do not benefit from having boys in their midst at these young ages.
They won't. They won't.
Never mind the fact that the last point made was that the Girl Scouts will lose members. We have to be made aware that Girl Scouts will not benefit from boys. But the Boy Scouts will benefit from girls because reasons. Now, I don't want to be rude, but if you are going to say that one group does benefit and the other does not, then you are basically saying these groups are not the same. Fair point, but you're also making the point that one group is inherently better than the other group because one group benefits from interaction with the other group. Isn't that saying that girls are better than boys? Never mind biology, never mind reality, but isn't that what you're saying? You are a sexist. And you are such a sexist, and the rest of the panel there as well, that you don't even consider yourself a sexist, because what you're talking about, well, that's just common sense. Never mind the fact that this is not true. Now, I'm not going to say that Scouts with boys and girls in them is bad, because I don't think it is. I think mixed groups may have their uses. There are moments when not mixing groups has their uses as well. But what you're saying is mixed groups are good as long as it happens to the boys. But if a girl wants to exclude boys from her party, she should be allowed to. But the boys, no, they're not allowed to be exclusive. You are one of the vilest forms of sexists out there. You are what was described as moral busybodies in the quote from C.S. Lewis. What quote? Of all tyrannies, a tyranny sincerely exercised for the good of its victims may be the most oppressive. It would be better to live under robber barons than under omnipotent moral busybodies. The robber baron's cruelty may sometimes sleep. The cupidity, may at some points be satiated. But those who torment us for their own or for our own good will torment us without end, for they do so with the approval of their own conscience. They may be more likely to go to heaven, yet at the same time likelier to make a hell of earth. He was talking about you girls. He really was. See, the thing is, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, so I'm willing to believe that you have good intentions. But you are bringing us to hell in a handbasket, and I have no idea why. So, it's okay for the Boy Scouts to allow girls in, but the Girl Scouts shouldn't allow boys in. Because we don't want to be tainted, now do we? People like you really should be locked up. Okay, this is where I'm going to end my response to their video. I could continue, but in all fairness, they're going to jam their foot into their mouth even deeper. And I have no will to go there. This is, however, a huge problem, because they are trying to create a bigger divide in our society. Boys are good, girls are bad. Or, in this case, girls are good, boys are bad. Now, I always learned that there are good people and bad people. It's not their ethnicity, it's not their gender that makes people good people or bad people. It's the acts that they do that make them good or bad. But no, people like this will happily say good people are women and minorities. They didn't mention minorities in this video, fair enough. Not nice of me to do that, but I will. Bad people are white and boy. Fuck you. Seriously. You are really supposed to be locked up. You shouldn't be talking to the masses. You are the problem. You're not the solution. You are the reasons why there are movements out there like Black Lives Matter. You know the ones that wanted to get the police out of Baltimore. Never mind the fact that when the police indeed retreated from some areas in Baltimore, crime went through the roof there. I guess the locals were really happy with Black Lives Matter. Anyway, this is not about Black Lives Matter, this is about sexism. Do I mind that the Boy Scouts need to allow girls in? Well, I mind the way it went, but in itself, I can understand the idea of inclusion. It doesn't really mean I'm totally in favor or totally against, but I can understand it. But whilst you are advocating for inclusion into the Boy Scouts, you're also basically proselytizing how the Girl Scouts should be protected from such vileness. I've said everything I wanted to say. I'm just going to get angry now, so I'm going to end. Like, share, and subscribe if you feel inclined. If you do or do not agree, please let me know. Criticism, as always, is more than welcome. And just so that people know, yeah, I know the sound is not that good. I don't know why. I mean, I haven't really changed anything to my settings or my setup. So, yeah, I have to look into that one. But I couldn't figure it out, so I thought to myself, fuck it, I'm going to record anyway. As I said, like, share, subscribe, and I hope to see you all next time.